Tyler Mathias talks fall sports with all the coaches and players from the area. The Monday Night Sports Talk Show is brought to you by our title sponsor, Griffin Insurance, as well as Pizza Cottage, Buckeye Stoves, Prescription Turf Care, Page One Group, Knox County Veteran Services, and Cubbage Electric and Construction. Now, here's Tyler Mathias live on WMVO Radio, as well as our Facebook and YouTube channel with the Griffin Insurance Monday Night Sports Talk Show.
All right, and we welcome you into Pizza Cottage. It's the Griffin Insurance Monday Night Sports Talk Show, and we appreciate you joining us here tonight as we are joined by the Danville Blue Devils high school football team, and we're excited to chat with them, and also the East Knox Bulldogs high school football team tonight. All right, well, we got Matt Bloom with us here. Cy Wallace is with us. Landon King and Briggs Wallace. I think last year when you were here, I called you the wrong name the whole time. I won't do that this time, I promise. All right. Well, I can't really promise that, but appreciate you guys joining us here. The Devil Dog game is Friday night. Curtis is going to be on the air on the Super Q 93.7 around 6:40, 6:45 or so. And I'll throw it over there to him from the Sports Roundtable, and then we'll do the halftime, give you some scores. They'll finish up the game. Also going to be live streaming on the WMVO Facebook page and YouTube channel. So it's a biggie Friday night as there's going to be a lot going on. The Devil Dog game started in 1960. Curtis was 5 years old when that whole thing started. And so this is going to be a fun time as the Danville Blue Devils will host this game on their turf as well, and appreciate Coach Bloom and players here. We're going to talk with all the players and, of course, Coach here. But look at this season so far. There's been some highs. There's been some lows for the Danville Blue Devils. And, you know, we've talked about it before. The expectations don't change because a lot of guys graduate and different things like that. Expectations stay the same in Danville. And you guys, hey, look, you're on into week number 10 right now. You have a chance to make the playoffs. And then you see what happens when you get in the postseason. Assess your season for us, Matt, about how you think about some of the highs, some of the lows of this season.
I mean, I think you hit the nail on the head. We've had some highs, we've had some lows. Credit to these kids for continuing to battle every week, week in, week out. And, you just said it, by week 10 we still have a shot to make the playoffs and beat our rival, and those are two of our main goals that we have going in every single year. So, the message this week was you can't change anything from the last 9 weeks, and, you're focusing on this week going 1-0 to hopefully give us another opportunity to keep going 1-0 throughout a postseason. But we got to take care of business this Friday first.
And you guys, of course, coming off a loss against Fredericktown Friday night, but, again, you have this opportunity here. But one of the things about this Danville team this year that's maybe different from the past is you're still kind of experimenting with guys. You knew Cy Wallace was going to be your lead back, right? And you knew some of the pieces that you had, but there were also some unknowns and the trial and error of where guys should go and everything. And so you feel like even going into week 10 and then possibly a week 11 that you're figuring out where guys should be and really hitting your stride?
Yeah, I think we found where we want everybody now. Now it's about just executing at a high level and being able to be efficient in doing that. But, yeah, you're right. We've really had to trial and error a lot, whether that's due to injury or just position changes. We make those decisions based off, what's going to be the best for the team for right now and for the future. And, we've been able to do that throughout the course of the year. And credit to our kids. They've done really what we've asked them to do week in and week out. So, at the end of the day, it's about, getting better each and every single week and giving ourselves an opportunity to be able to win this week and hopefully move on to a postseason run.
Cy, you look at this season, you're a sophomore, and I think there was an expectation, you kind of split some reps last year in the backfield, and it's kind of like, hey, by the way, you're kind of the elite guy this year. This is your backfield here. Yeah. Assessing the season here, again, there's been some highs, there's been some lows here in week number 10, though. You're getting ready to take on your rival, trying to win for the fifth straight time, I think, against fourth straight time against East Knox here. What has stood out from this season, some of the things you've learned and some of the things you say, hey, even going into week 10, we can improve upon, get better, and possibly make the postseason?
Yeah, well, obviously, we have probably a little bit of a higher expectations coming into the year, but, you just kind of got to roll with what's going on. And we're in a position right now where we can make the playoffs, and that's when you can really start to do the damage. And I think we are definitely still a dangerous team, and we've definitely learned a lot. We have a lot of young players that are getting a lot of experience and be dangerous for the next couple of years especially. And just with moving people around and stuff, it takes a second to gel. So
Yeah.
we're still kind of meshing together, I think.
Excellent. Landon King, a senior, what position you play?
D-line and O-line.
All right, so you're smashing people at the line.
Yep.
Making the holes open there for Cy and things. You look at this season and some of the things you guys have accomplished, some of the things you've worked on. What did you look back at the season, assess what went well, some of the things you still want to improve upon going into week 10?
I think what went well is we were most times we were pretty good with our fundamentals, and then at times we just were not, and it shows because we have our highs and lows. If you aren't good at your fundamentals, it's going to show real easily.
Yeah. It only takes like one small thing, right, to bust everything the wrong way and makes it for a difficult season at times. And, of course, like I say, you guys are 4-5 right now, but still have a chance to make the postseason. Briggs Wallace, and I mess up his name. Briggs, freshman year coming in and kind of thrust into this role. We talk about getting opportunities in different roles and things like that. What positions you play?
I'm a wide receiver, and then on defense, I'm a DB.
All right. Now, I hear that you guys are really fast. Now, I've never been – nobody's claimed that about me, have they, Curtis? I don't think so. No, they haven't said that about me. Briggs, what has stood out maybe in your freshman year? I know it's probably a big jump. You know, you go 8th grade, then you're in varsity, you're in the Friday Night Lights. What have you learned throughout this season?
It's the biggest jump that I've took in, any sports. Because being in junior high, you're the only guy.
Yeah, sure.
And then in high school, you got, people that are way older, way bigger. So you're just kind of learning from them, especially the seniors. You're just kind of following in their rule, see what you need to do.
What is maybe you look back and you say, hey, I didn't expect this, but it happened, and now I got to deal with it. Maybe some of the things that you've learned from this season from maybe some of the older guys on the team as well.
Kind of just taking a step down. Especially at the beginning of the year, I wasn't as big of a factor. So going from, like I said, junior high to high school, you're not playing as much, and you kind of just got to take your opportunities and get what you can get.
Last year you kind of did that with Cy. He was kind of like a secret weapon, right? You brought him in there, a secret weapon. Was that kind of the
everybody's going to grow into their own role, right? And Briggs battled an injury there in the middle part of the year, and now he's really started to come on as a vocal part of our offense and defense. So, Landon's another one, too, where we've had to move him around all year. He's started at linebacker, then he's moved down to the D-line. So, speaks to the level of, the way our kids are able to adjust and adapt to whatever we have them do. And, so I think we're starting to finally find where everybody needs to fit. Now it's about just executing at a high level.
I appreciate Coach Matt Bloom joining us here. I want to talk a little bit about this quarterback switch because that's not an easy thing for a coach to do. I mean, you trusted somebody going into the year, and then you're like, hey, we've got to make a change. And then it's not like, hey, we'll see what happens the next couple of weeks. It's like, hey, we're switching, and we expect results pretty quickly here. So tell us about the switch there.
Yeah, and that's just a thing that, in my position, I got to be able to have tough conversations and, deal with difficult situations. And the credit goes to the kids, being able to adjust and adapt. And, I felt like we really needed another running back to help Cy out with how much he's playing defense and offense and being able to kind of have that 1-2 punch. And, Parker's done a really, really good job stepping in at the quarterback position as a freshman. And, again, same thing with him. We'll have some highs and we'll have some lows. And really it's about growth, right? You want to keep growing and you want to keep learning. And that's what we've been able to do this season. So now, this week it's about just putting everything together. And I know we've kind of said that the last couple of weeks, but really putting everything together and hopefully getting some momentum for a playoff run.
All right, let's look back at this last game for you, the Fredericktown Freddies. You go on the road. It's 33-18. Had some explosive plays in that game and things. But what stood out to you in the game against the Fredericktown Freddies?
Yeah, I was really happy with our explosive plays. We started off the game with a 65-yard touchdown run by Parker. And I thought we seized some momentum there. And then I think Coach Spittler and his offensive staff did a really good job formulating a good game plan to keep our offense off the field. And then, they were able to put some good drives there together in the first half and keep us off the field. And one thing we've struggled with this year is that avalanche effect. Going in 3 minutes left in the first half, it was only 14-6 ball game. And then we let 2 touchdowns up and kind of took the wind out of our sails a little bit. And Cy made an insane play before halftime to cut the lead, which was great. And came out in the second half and, cut it down to 9 points and thought we had some momentum. But, again, their offense did a really good job holding on the ball for 9 minutes in the fourth quarter. So, again, some highs, some lows in that game. And, it's about just not making the same mistake twice, right? So, we, had our film corrections today. Our kids know what we need to improve on, and now it's about executing at a higher level to be able to achieve a victory on this Friday.
Cy, let's look back at that game against Fredericktown. That's a pretty veteran group there, at least in some positions. They have some youth on the lines there and things. But what stood out to you against the Fredericktown Freddies is you fall in that game, but you got to bounce right back here this week in the Devil Dog game.
Yeah, you do got to bounce right back, just kind of flush everything that happened before this and just kind of focus on what's ahead of us because that's all we can control at this point.
Yeah, what stood out for you, maybe what Fredericktown did, maybe you didn't expect, and then some of the things that you liked about your offense and defense?
Yeah, they definitely had a good game plan, and they were physical up front. We kind of just struggled with that, especially at the beginning of the game, first half. Offense, we just weren't on the field that much. They were able to keep us off the field, which, it's hard to score points when you're not on the field.
Yeah.
And,
I've done some games where it's like, oh, boy, this could be a problem when their teams are just eating the clock and you're just sitting over there going, what am I going to do?
Yeah, they did a really good job, man.
Yeah.
I mean, we had 34 offensive plays, and they kept us off the field, and credit goes to them and being able to execute.
Landon, what stood out to you? Game against the Fredericktown Freddies, you lose 33-18.
I feel like what stood out was the first quarter. I think we played really, really well. The first play, Parker Proper made an insane read and took a long touchdown. That was a very good read by him.
I saw the video on that one, yeah.
And then later in the game, you could see that we were getting tired and we weren't executing as well, and they were just making more plays than we were.
For you, Briggs, looking back at that Fredericktown game, first time playing the Freddies, again, you talk about the fact that there's a lot of guys are older than you. Yeah. Everybody's going to be older than you other than other freshmen there. But that's a veteran group with some skill players that are veterans. What stood out to you that ball game?
I think we started out hot. We were spreading them out, and offense was rolling. I mean, plays, some that probably like the touchdown catch that I had, which I caught, that they called incomplete. I think we were rolling at that point, and then they kind of adjusted. Yeah. Credit to them. They adjusted to that, and we were just not able to get our offense going as well. And then they were just started piling on points, and our defense kind of, I feel like we started to get flat and then it just waterfalled. And then
we're going to talk about the Devil Dog game as well, of course, here in the program. But I want to ask you, just because it just came down before we got here, this NIL thing. What do you think of that?
For high school?
Yeah. You think it's like a temporary. I mean,
just another
these
thing.
Guys are like, yeah, free pizza.
Does Pizza Cottage want to sponsor?
Hey, you have to ask him before we leave here.
Man. It's another thing to in the world that head coaches have to deal with. That'll be interesting to see how that works.
And it'll be interesting if there is a position where the head coach doesn't have to deal with that, and then there's a position at the school.
I hope it's something to where maybe like local businesses around Knox County, we send one kid over and they kind of maybe do an advertisement or something, and they maybe earn something out of it. I think that's a great thing.
Yeah.
I hope it doesn't get into the whole transfer portal and college football. Then we're talking some crazy stuff. So
I'll stick with you.
Thanks, baby. That's all I need.
Briggs just got a phone call. He's gonna have to take that, and
I'll just block all the numbers. We're good.
We appreciate Griffin Insurance, our Monday Night Sports Talk Show title sponsor. Also, thanks to Buckeye Stoves, Prescription Turf Care, Coverage Electric and Construction, Page One Groups with the Mugs, Knox County Veteran Services, and, of course, Pizza Cottage. Appreciate them allowing us to be here to have the show and things. We're going to talk about, of course, the Devil Dog game coming up. It is the Griffin Insurance Monday Night Sports Talk Show on WMVO.
Hello?
Hey, Joe, Tom here. Listen, is your yard booked for next weekend?
Yeah, the Joneses family reunion.
All right, how about the weekend after that?
Yep, Mrs. Smith's Card Club.
And the weekend after that?
Oh, that's the Thompsons' graduation party. You might as well get used to that if your yard is taken care of by Prescription Turf Care. Everybody wants to use your backyard. Call 740-397-1203 and ask about a free no-obligation estimate.
If you want a healthy lawn and all the weeds gone, call Prescription Turf Care.
This is Lorraine from Buckeye Stoves. Let's get ready to rumble. We love football season, and that means stove season is right around the corner. Buckeye Stoves. Check out our showroom with live displays on State Route 95 in Fredericktown. We offer 22 brands of stoves, fireplaces, and inserts, wood, pellet, gas, and coal. BuckeyeStoves.com. Buckeye Stoves, the cozy way to save.
Pizza Cottage in Mount Vernon is one of 11 pizza cottages in Ohio. They are among the nation's best performing pizzerias and ranked in Pizza Today. The finest ingredients is used daily. Treat your customers and employees like family and always give back to the community. Offering not only takeout but also dine-in and full bar. Book your group parties today. Find Pizza Cottage on Facebook or go to pizza-cottage.com to begin your journey of tastes.
Veterans serving veterans.
That's what we do here at Knox County Veteran Services. Hi, I'm Kevin Henthorne, your Executive Director.
And I'm Financial Coordinator Melissa Schenk.
And we're here to meet the needs of Knox County veterans and their families.
We can help with emergency financial assistance,
filing of disability and pension claims, VA healthcare enrollment, and even transportation to VA healthcare facilities.
Please give us a call at 740-393-6742 or stop in and see us at our new location at 105 East Chestnut Street in Mount Vernon.
Page One Group in beautiful Mount Vernon has your best interest in mind when it comes to you and your printing needs. Whether it's printing, design, laser engraving, or sublimation, there isn't a texture we can't print on. Promotional products are how you keep people coming back, and that's where we come in. Your business is our business. Page One Group, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. Call 740-397-0262 and visit us on Scott Road.
You're listening to the Griffin Insurance Monday Night Sports Talk Show, live on WMVO. Brought to you in part by Pizza Cottage, Knox County Veteran Services, and Prescription Derf Care.
All right, we're back here at Pizza Cottage. We appreciate the Danville Blue Devils joining us here, and we're going to talk about the Devil Dog game now. I appreciate Matt Bloom spending some time with us here. Cy Wallace, who I haven't forgotten his name yet, Landon King, and Briggs Wallace, appreciate you guys joining us. It's time for the Devil Dog game. Now, it's going to be Friday night. It's going to be on the Super Key 93.7, but it's also going to be a live stream on the WMVO Facebook page, and that'll all begin around 6:40 Friday night. And then you guys are going to remember to call us on Sports Roundtable after. We're going to have a good time. So it's going to be great. Now, I had to do a lot of work here. Ed Hannebarger sent me this about 8 years ago, this whole thing, and I had to go as you can tell, one by one and make sure I got this. So I think it's right. You guys lead the all-time series, 44-23-1. That one tie was in what year?
1961.
Attaboy.
I like it. All right.
Impressive.
Got it. Would you guys have known that? They've been. Hey, at least they're honest. All right. At least they're honest. But no, this is great. And the Devil Dog game always seems to be a premier thing. Now, we got to ask you this off the top. Is it ever going to go back to Saturday?
I don't know. That's up to them.
I mean, because it used to be Saturday.
I'll play on Saturday.
Yeah, because, allow the other schools to come and everything.
Yeah, I mean, especially the playoffs, too. Like, it doesn't really – because there's a couple schools in our region that are playing on Saturday, so it's not like you're going to know who you're playing until Sunday anyway. So
I just wondered, they used to do it.
I'll do it.
They used to do that.
Yeah. We'll play we'll play Thursday.
Curtis would have loved that. He would have been able to call the big K-Mac game with Centerburg and Fredericktown and then done Danville and East Knox the next day.
Yeah,
cool.
Let's go.
All right, now this is an important game though. How much importance is put on the Devil Dog game at Danville?
It's everything.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we start, every offseason with, and kind of when I took over, I'm going in my fourth year. We hadn't beaten East Knox in 4 years. Mm-hmm. So that was everything for us, and it still is. That's the emphasis all year long, is beating them. And we don't care what their record is. We don't care what our record is right now either. The only goal Friday night is to win. We don't care if it's by 1. We don't care if it's by 20, 30, whatever. Yeah. We just want to win the football game. And that's what we preach to our kids. And it's a great small school rivalry that we're blessed to be a part of. And it's going to be another great chapter come Friday night.
Now, the guys from Ohio State keep saying they're going to come down for the Devil Dog game. They're going to come down for the Devil Dog. Guess who has a bye on Saturday?
Come on.
The Ohio State Buckeyes. So I did actually mention something.
I'll let Ryan Day call play.
It did mention something. We'll see if they come. That would be kind of neat, wouldn't it?
Come on.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So let's talk about the Devil Dog game. You guys, you didn't have to play in the mud last year.
Yeah.
and you guys get a victory. How much importance is put on the Devil Dog game?
It's very important. I mean, we have a clock in our weight room that we look at every day that we lift that counts down to the Devil Dog game. It's a big deal. I mean, especially like been raised here my whole life. Like, it's always been like a big deal, and you just really just don't like those guys. I mean, I know they're sitting right there, but I don't like them.
Hey, honesty is the best policy. Have you ever been in East? Because it's only 7 miles. You were never like an East Knox kid.
No, I never went to East Knox. No.
Okay.
Always
None of you
Danville.
guys, right? Straight up Danville. I figured if he didn't, you didn't either. But, for you, Landon, Devil Dog game, man, it's a big opportunity for you guys to. I mean, obviously, coaches mentioned it. You win this thing, and then you kind of see what happens. You got to take care of your own business Friday night first. But Devil Dog game, how much importance on that?
It's very important. It's something that, as a little kid running around the stadium, you always are wanting to watch that game. It's always such a good game. No matter how the records don't matter. It's one of those games where who wants it more.
Yeah.
It's just an unpredictable game all the time.
For you, Briggs, it's gonna be your first Devil Dog game, man.
It
You
is.
ready for this?
I am. I think I'm ready. Like he said, I think back to the clock in the weight room. I can just remember seeing like 300 days like lifting in January in the mornings, and it's just like it's finally like almost here.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Friday night it is. Now, one thing is a little bit different this year with this. I mean, you guys are rivals, and on the field it's going to be a battle for 48 minutes on Friday night. But off the field, I know there's been support from you guys, and obviously you put football aside a little bit, so it does make it a touch different in a sense, but still have that rivalry with them, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, we're two very similar communities, obviously, but we just really support our own community. We bleed blue. But yeah, there's a respect there, and so you got to respect the rivalry and everything that goes with it. But yeah, come Friday night, all what matters is what's going on the field, nothing else. So.
Yeah. This all started back in 1960.
Mm-hmm.
Your coach was Mervyn Red Nugent.
Oh yeah, legend. Seriously,
Yeah.
it's a legend. Yeah.
Now that was 1960. It was a long time ago. You guys remember anything about 1960? You know anything about 2010? No. You look back, though, the 1960 teams are going to come on the field on Friday night and do this coin toss thing. How cool is that going to be? And who came up with that idea?
Yeah, shout out to Bob Blueball,
Yeah.
Danville, local legend in
Yeah.
our community. He kind of sprung the idea, and I think it's cool to kind of remember our past and how this rivalry it's really built on itself over the last years. So yeah, I think it's a really cool thing to kind of honor those people that started this, and what these kids get to grow up into. I'm not from here, so I didn't really get to experience.
Where are you
it.
from?
I'm from Columbus area, Canal Winchester. So
all right.
we don't.
No
Yeah,
Indians.
that's what a lot of people don't understand. We don't like stuff like this is very rare.
Yeah.
This isn't everywhere,
Yeah.
especially something like this. So they're blessed and they don't even know it to be able to be in a rivalry like this. So I hope they enjoy it. I know I do. So, but like I said, once it comes Friday night, all that matters is winning.
Now, this week, the game is on Friday, but you guys have like a bonfire and stuff, right? Is that right? How's that working?
Yeah, it's Thursday every year. We do a bonfire
Okay.
like before the game, and it's kind of like a community pep rally type thing. It's a cool experience.
I would like to come out to that sometime. Gary, bring the video. He's like, Gary went to East Knox.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Is that why you're wearing a purple shirt?
Yeah, that's why he's wearing the purple
Dang,
shirt. Yeah,
man.
he's making a statement on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll get you a blue. I know you're a Sonnenberg Trojan at heart, but I'll get you a blue shirt for this week.
Hey, I will do it. Now I have worn an East Knox shirt one time.
Have you?
Yeah, I was reading at the school to the children there. Most
so
nervous.
nice.
Yeah, most nervous I've ever been in my life. But I did wear
I'll
an East Knox
test you.
shirt.
What grade was it? Do you remember?
It was like I don't know. It was kindergarten, first, all of them. I mean,
Those first graders are tough. That's
Oh,
what my
man.
wife teaches.
And
Yeah,
it's
rough.
It is hard to read a book upside down.
Yes,
Matt.
it is.
I'm telling you,
Absolutely.
Right now. All right.
It is.
Si, this week, we've talked about it. So, and from teammate perspective, player perspective, I know that it's been a tough year for East Knox and some of the things they've gone through, and I know you guys have been in the fight with them throughout this year. What's this year been like? Knowing that they're your rival, but you also have that mutual respect for them.
I mean, you always have that respect for someone going through something like that. Like, prayers are with them always, and that's just something that you never want to see for anyone.
Look at this week. What's this week going to be like, and how are you going to contain your excitement before Friday night? Get on those Friday night lights, man.
It's not easy to contain your excitement, but you do got to, or you'll just be exhausted by the time first quarter's over. But, just go at it all week in practice and then just prepare ourselves the best we can for Friday night.
They say at the Devil Dog game you can throw the records out the window, and I really believe that.
Yeah.
I really believe that you can throw the records out the window. You've got the leading passer in the conference, and Jack Lester. You guys obviously have talent throughout the whole team as well, and so it could be a really good football game Friday night, and we'll have it on the Super Q 93.7 plus live stream on the WMVO Facebook page. For you, Landon, looking at this week, and it's like I say, it's an exciting time. This is the last one for you. These guys get more. This is your last one as you're a senior. What's it feel like, man, going into your last Devil Dog game?
It feels weird. Yeah. Like it just, you don't believe it. All the coaches and everybody's saying it goes by fast. Yeah. You just think, oh, they're just saying that, but it goes by fast. It feels weird.
Yeah. Have you always been a Danville guy, too?
Yep. I came to Danville in first grade.
All right. So you never went to East Knox?
No.
All right. Just have to ask that, make sure that. But it should be an exciting time. Are you looking forward to the fans? Friday night, the fans at Danville are great.
Yeah, I think the fans are going to be real loud, and those little kids running around, those guys are loud all the time.
And you guys like that turf field. You don't have to worry about a mud bowl anymore. Those are done. Briggs, getting ready for Friday night. Like you say, it's your first Devil Dog game. What's it feel like, man?
It's different than all the other weeks. You can just tell, and the coaches' morale and just everyone is like, they're like, we're all locked in. Like, it's just different. It's a different week.
Coach, what do you see with this East Knox team?
Yeah, I mean, you kind of already hit it. They have a very explosive passing attack with a lot of good receiving options. So, yeah, we got to do a good job being able to play coverage, but also apply pressure on the quarterback. And, defensively they play hard with good effort. So we got to be able to establish our ground game and stay on the field.
All right. And I will wear I would wear a Danville shirt. Not on Friday. It's Friend's birthday anyway. I'll be around there anyway. But
I'll get Brian one too. You guys can wear them
I can wear one. I'll wear one for one half and East Knox for the other half. I can't.
No, that's fine. It's all good.
If you're gonna do
and then I'll get canned.
Yeah, you might as well do that.
Curtis is going with the neutral gray.
There you go.
All right, it should be a fun time Friday night.
All right.
Appreciate the Danville Blue Devils joining us here, and they have won 3 in a row of the Devil Dog games, and so they're looking to make it 4 in a row this Friday night. It's the Griffin Insurance Monday Night Sports Talk Show live from Pizza Cottage. Knox County Veteran Services also brings you the show along with Page One Group, Coverage Electric and Construction, Prescription Turf Care, Buckeye Stoves, and, of course, title sponsor Griffin Insurance. Let's take this break. We'll come back, and more. The Griffin Insurance Monday Night Sports Talk Show is coming up.
Time and Temperature is brought to you by
Knox County Veteran Services, located at 105 East Chestnut Street, Mount Vernon. Stop in and see us today.
This is Lorraine from Buckeye Stoves. Let's get ready to rumble. We love football season, and that means stove season is right around the corner. Buckeye Stoves. Check out our showroom with live displays on State Route 95 in Fredericktown. We offer 22 brands of stoves, fireplaces, and inserts. Wood, pellet, gas, and coal. BuckeyeStoves.com. Buckeye Stoves, the cozy way to save.
Veterans serving veterans.
That's what we do here at Knox County Veteran Services. Hi, I'm Kevin Henthorne, your Executive Director.
And I'm Financial Coordinator Melissa Schenk.
And we're here to meet the needs of Knox County veterans and their families.
We can help with emergency financial assistance,
filing of disability and pension claims, VA healthcare enrollment, and even transportation to VA healthcare facilities.
Please give us a call at 740-393-6742 or stop in and see us at our new location at 105 East Chestnut Street in Mount Vernon.
Pizza Cottage in Mount Vernon is one of 11 pizza cottages in Ohio. They are among the nation's best performing pizzerias and ranked in Pizza Today. The finest ingredients is used daily. Treat your customers and employees like family and always give back to the community. Offering not only takeout but also dine-in and full bar. Book your group parties today. Find Pizza Cottage on Facebook or go to pizza-cottage.com to begin your journey of tastes.
Page One Group in beautiful Mount Vernon has your best interest in mind when it comes to you and your printing needs. Whether it's printing, design, laser engraving, or sublimation, there isn't a texture we can't print on. Promotional products are how you keep people coming back, and that's where we come in. Your business is our business. Page One Group, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. Call 740-397-0262 and visit us on Scott Road.
So I got this neighbor, Dave. He was kind of curious about my lawn. Grumbled that he bought a patch fix for his yard. Well, it didn't fix the patch. I tried to tell him, call Prescription Turf Care. Come aerate and overseed in the fall. You get a nice, thick, healthy yard next year that goes great with that nice, thick, juicy steak right here. Call 740-397-1203 and ask about a free no-obligation estimate. And remember, if you want a healthy lawn and all the weeds gone, call Prescription Turf Care.
Call Prescription Turf Care. WMVO Weather Center forecast.
Currently 55 degrees, under clear skies. The wind is from the south at 5 miles per hour. The forecast for this evening, clear skies with a light wind and the temp 49. Overnight, cloud-free and somewhat breezy, about 44 degrees. And then tomorrow, clouds here and there with some wind, temps of 61. That's Storm Track weather on the heart of Knox County, WMVO.
You're listening to the Griffin Insurance Monday Night Sports Talk Show, live on WMVO. Brought to you in part by Page One Group, Buckeye Stoves, and Cubbage Electric and Construction.
All right, we welcome you back into Pizza Cottage, Griffin Insurance Monday Night Sports Talk Show. Hey, we do have an East Knox graduate in Gary with 2 R's behind the camera there. You guys like the purple shirt he's wearing?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
He's
always repping it. Yeah. Everybody looks better in purple. That's what we say.
I did wear an East Knox shirt one time, and it was the most nervous I think I've ever been trying to read a book upside down. But you know what? I figured it out. Appreciate Andy Beatty joining us here. Landon Boyd, Wyatt McDowell. We appreciate them spending some time with us here as the East Knox Bulldogs come into this ball game with a 1-8 record, but an opportunity to play your rivals. And I think, we look at on paper and they say, well, you can throw out the records when it's a death-knell game. You guys are pretty well matched up. I mean, you got the leading passer in the conference in Jack Lester and some different things. But let's assess the season here. I mean, 1-8 right now. You've lost 3 games by single digits, so you're looking at could be 4-5 if those swing the other way and things like that. Could be a different season right now. What has stood out from this year, Andy?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the easy thing to kind of look and see. There's a lot of one-possession games that didn't go our way, and and that's football, though, right? I mean, a lot of times it does come down to a game of inches or a play here, a play there, and so for us, we knew a lack of not many seniors on the team. Some of the obstacles we were facing, we knew it was going to be an uphill battle, and so we're just trying to find a way to climb up that hill. And so every week, that's been the thing: is just win the rep, win the play, and continue to strive to do things the right way. So, it's not gone the way we've wanted. However, in life, that's kind of what we see sometimes. You do everything right, or you think you're doing everything right, and it just is out of reach. So these young men have leaned into the hard work, and I think that they're experiencing a lot of good things from that. But I'm interested to see kind of where it takes their minds with this beyond just the here and now. Because sitting at 1-8 is tough. I've told these guys many times, and people have said it to me, I don't feel like a 1-8 team. Yeah. I've been a 1-8 team before, and it's not fun. I don't feel like that because I do think that their approach and their effort and their attitude is much more indicative of a team that's fighting for a playoff spot.
Yeah. And you think about, there are still positives to get from a season like this. I mean, you have some of the top receivers in the conference, and you see Landon's developing into that guy in the backfield there and some different pieces. So there are some positives to get from a 1-8 season. People would say, well, what is there to get from it? But there are positives to get from that. Yeah,
and that's very true. I mean, right now our offensive numbers are skewed more towards the passing, which, that goes against my philosophy. But it was kind of we got to do what we got to do to move the ball. And so we have 4 receivers right now that are, almost neck and neck as far as receptions, yards, and touchdowns. And then I thought Landon and our O-line had their best game probably against our toughest opponent last week in Centerburg. And, a lot of that I really attribute to, we didn't necessarily change scheme or anything drastic. It was just kind of they've been stacking days and really, gutted out some nice nice yards there. I think we had 4 drives that ended in the high red zone against Centerburg, and so, it's tough, but it's like that's what we need to see is that development.
Yeah, even the week before when you took on Fredericktown, you have one play go one way or the other. It's a different ball. You guys win the football game, Andy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the reality.
Yeah.
You win that football game.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of how we felt that night as we were playing with house money, and, man, we really went toe-to-toe with them for, 4 quarters essentially, and that's one of the first things Coach Spittler said afterwards was, how hard they played, but specifically he's like, you guys aren't a 1-7 team. That was, you gave us everything we could handle. And so, I try to relay that to the boys, and at the end of the day, it still matters if you have more lights lit up on your side of the scoreboard or not. But I don't want them to get tired of doing things the right way, even if they aren't seeing the results from it yet.
Landon Boyd, what year are you in school?
I'm a sophomore.
I'm
a sophomore.
Yeah, put that mic up there like it's an ice cream cone there. All right, sophomore. So looking back at the season, we talk about 1-8, but again, some of those close matchups, you guys are single-digit losses. You almost have the same record as Danville when you look back at it. What do you look back and say for the season, some of the highs, some of the lows for this East Knox squad?
I think for sure when we get in the red zone, we got to get in and score, not let it get turned over. But I think we've been stacking our days at practice and just making do with what we can.
Yeah, you look back at that Fredericktown game, and again, it's a tight ball game. You guys, I think the final score was 29-20 or 29-20 or something like that, but it was a close ball game. You think about games like that, and you say, hey, we can win football games. These are close. Does that give you a little confidence as you go, obviously now into week number 10?
Yeah, for sure. I think if we can just keep it close and then take the lead in the end against Danville, we'll be just fine.
All right, well, you got an opportunity. And I don't know, I did not look at the weather. I don't think it's supposed to rain. Curtis will have to do that looking to see if it's supposed to rain.
Well, there will be no mud.
There will be no mud. There will be no mud.
Bring some in and pour it on the turf. But I don't think they're going to be doing that.
We'll miss those days.
Oh, man.
Wyatt McDowell, what year are you in school?
I'm a junior.
Junior, all right. What position do you play?
Defensive end.
Defensive end. All right, so you're getting after the quarterback there.
Yeah.
Looking at this season, look, you sit at 1-8, and nobody wants to say, oh, well, we're 1-8. Nobody's happy about it and things like that. But there are things to grow from that. What has stood out from this season? Some of the things you say, hey, we do have to work on, and some of the things that you say, hey, we are doing well. We just got to continue to do as we go into week number 10.
For us, it's like more work on the little things and practice doing things right. Just do it over and over, and we will see improvement. I think throughout the season, we have seen improvement, and we are getting better at what we do.
Yeah, and Centerburg's a different animal. It's just a different animal. They have so much speed. And Curtis texted me and said they have a lot of speed there. And so when you look back at that game against the Centerburg Trojans, that's a tough football team. It's a tough game. What do you get from a game like that, Andy?
Yeah, I mean, that is a different opponent. I don't. There's a handful of teams that I've ever coached against that are in that category, and right now the way they're clicking and doing stuff is it's pretty filthy. So for us, it was a huge emphasis on doing stuff right, even if the result doesn't go your way. And so, offensively, I really felt like we wanted to chew the clock. We wanted to control the time of possession and try to limit possessions as best we could. And so we did. We sustained some really nice drives, some short yardage things. Defensively, we struggled. I think they only ran 23 plays and put up over 500 yards of offense in those 23 plays. It was really kind of unlike anything I've ever seen. I think the really tricky part, and we were just talking about this, was a lot of times our guys were in the right place. They were doing the right thing in the right place, just not able to capitalize on it. And so, again, that's our emphasis is don't get tired of doing things the right way. You may not always experience the success. I mean, there was a counter they ran. I'm standing there with our D coordinator, and he's telling me, okay, hey, we're in this. This is going to happen. We blitzed right into it. And we just didn't make the play. And so that's really tricky. And that's one of those where I want to encourage these young men to keep doing things right, but I also want to up the violence, the intensity, the the technique the best we can to capitalize on those.
Landon, looking at the Centerburg game, what do you bring back from that ball game as you lead into this week against the Danville Blue Devils?
Like Coach Beatty said, I think we had our best offensive game. Our defense did struggle, but if we can get our defense working right and put it together with our offense, I think we'll do pretty good.
All right, and of course, it's different now. Centerburg averages like 40 points a game.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's tough with their speed there. But Wyatt, looking back at that Centerburg game, when you get as you go into this week?
So a big thing I realized from the Centerburg game is they were really physical.
Yeah.
And I would like to take that with our team and try to bring some of that into Danville and take that out in them and show them, what we are.
Yeah, that physical aspect. You have to play physical against, especially that Centerburg offensive line's really veteran and stuff. You got to play physical in the Devil Dog game, or you're just going to get run out of the building. And that goes for both teams, right?
Right. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the physicality is, it's almost an automatic in that game. You just see, and I think that's kind of what people mean when they say throw the records out is, no matter what, these young men are going to bring their physicality because they see these guys, half of them go to the career center together or they maybe are friends, maybe not friends, but the physicality is going to be through the roof. And if it's not, it sticks out really clearly.
Have either one of you ever gone to Danville, went to Danville and you came over to East Knox? All right, any of your family go there? Okay, good. You're straight up Bulldogs. All right.
Yeah. Through and through. Yeah.
Before I take this break, I was asking Coach Bloom, this thing happened right before we came in here about this NIL thing or whatever. What do you think of that?
I think it's disgusting and an embarrassment. I mean, it just, and especially small schools, I think are really going to suffer the repercussions of it. I think some of your bigger schools might be able to leverage certain things, but I don't know. I think it really dilutes what I think is the beauty of high school sports, and the sense of team. We're big on, hey, you play for your brother, you play for one another. NIL literally is about playing for yourself, and so I can't. Yeah. I can't stand it, to be honest with you.
And of course, they try to change the transfer rule where you have to sit out the second half where the more important games and everything, and try to prevent that kind of thing happening. And now it's just like, never mind.
Well, and anymore now, OHSAA has basically said, even if you can prove somebody broke their transfer rules, they're not going to enforce it. They're going to leave it up to the school who is a recipient of that. Well, they're not going to. Yeah. Unfortunately, a lot of ADs aren't going to enforce it. So. Yeah.
Well, we appreciate Andy Beatty chatting with us here, Landon Boyd and Wyatt McDowell. And we're going to be talking about the Devil Dog game here after the break. But we do want to thank Griffin Insurance, the Griffin Insurance Monday Night Sports Talk Show. Also, of course, Pizza Cottage, Knox County Veteran Services, Page 1 Group, Coverage Electric and Construction, Prescription Turf Care, Buckeye Stoves as well. And, hey, don't forget, coming up this week as well, we're going to have our Super Q All-Star team will be announced later in the week. And so we'll have that posted. And we got some nominations from the coaches. And then Curtis and I, we sit down and we talk about it. And we're looking forward to that. And so that will be later this week. And we'll announce that. And appreciate all the coaches that are giving us information and helping us out and everything. So let's take this break. We'll come back. Talk Devil Dog game next with the East Knox Bulldogs on WMVO.
Knox County Veteran Services, located at 105 East Chestnut Street, Mount Vernon. Stop in and see us today.
Page 1 Group in beautiful Mount Vernon has your best interest in mind when it comes to you and your printing needs. Whether it's printing, design, laser engraving, or sublimation, there isn't a texture we can't print on. Promotional products are how you keep people coming back, and that's where we come in. Your business is our business. Page 1 Group, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. Call 740-397-0262 and visit us on Scott Road.
Whether it's your home, farm, auto, business, RV, or boat, Griffin.
You never thought your child would get their own home so soon, but it needs new wiring pulled and the kitchen could use a makeover. It's time to get in touch with Cubbage Electric and Construction. Give Brian and his team a call at 740-627-8004.
Cubbage Electric and Construction is a proud sponsor for this year's fall sports.
Cubbage Electric and Construction, 740-627-8004.
Pizza Cottage in Mount Vernon is one of 11 pizza cottages in Ohio. They are among the nation's best performing pizzerias and ranked in Pizza Today. The finest ingredients is used daily. Treat your customers and employees like family and always give back to the community. Offering not only takeout but also dine-in and full bar. Book your group parties today. Find Pizza Cottage on Facebook or go to pizza-cottage.com to begin your journey of tastes.
Veterans serving veterans.
That's what we do here at Knox County Veteran Services. Hi, I'm Kevin Henthorne, your Executive Director.
And I'm Financial Coordinator Melissa Shank.
And we're here to meet the needs of Knox County veterans and their families.
We can help with emergency financial assistance,
filing of disability and pension claims, VA healthcare enrollment, and even transportation to VA healthcare facilities.
Please give us a call at 740-393-6742 or stop in and see us at our new location at 105 East Chestnut Street in Mount Vernon.
WMVO Weather Center forecast.
Currently 55 degrees, under clear skies. The wind is from the south at 5 miles per hour. The forecast for this evening, clear skies with a light wind and the temp 49. Overnight, cloud-free and somewhat breezy, about 44 degrees. And then tomorrow, clouds here and there with some wind, temps of 61. That's Storm Track weather on the heart of Knox County, WMVO.
You're listening to the Griffin Insurance Monday Night Sports Talk Show, live on WMVO, brought to you in part by Pizza Cottage, Knox County Veteran Services, and Prescription Derp Care.
We're back. There we go. We're back. Curtis is back there. He was taking a drink of his Pepsi. Show the logo. All right. Appreciate these. Knox Bulldogs joining us here as the Devil Dog game is this upcoming week. Now, I just told by Landon there before we came back, you guys have a bonfire too. Now, I can't make either one of them, so I want you to know that. We're doing something for my daughter's birthday. Well,
it would be a definite eye-opener, I'm sure.
So what's this whole thing? What are you guys going to be doing?
Oh, yeah, we just kind of get together and sing Kumbaya and hope for the best. You know, and there in Howard, we do what we call the snake walk through Howard, and really cool because, you know, people come out and cheer the kids on, and there's a float and different things. And then we go to the 50 and do some Bulldog Jacks. Then we go up and we burn stuff. And, you know, that's always burn stuff and say stuff and get pretty excited. Yeah,
that's pretty cool. Landon, you excited about the old bonfire? You're the one who told me about it, so
it's
I think you're excited. It'll be a good time. Why? Are you excited about this bonfire, man?
Oh, yeah.
You guys roasting marshmallows or anything? Roasting hot dogs or anything?
Yeah, we might.
Hey.
I don't know if you want to eat them over some of the stuff that's in the fire.
Okay, we'll pass that.
There's got a 2-year-old couch in there.
2-year-old couch.
Yeah, it's been in our locker room for 2 years.
We will not tell the fire chief this. Hey, appreciate you guys joining us here. But it is Devil Dog Week, and it's a different level. I mean, you get to this point, and you I know it's one of your goals all year is to beat Danville, and it's one of the you want to win a conference championship, and obviously everybody wants to win a state championship and everything. But for you guys, beating Danville is really important. Put the level of importance on the Devil Dog game.
Oh yeah, it's huge. I mean, you know, you look at sitting at 1-8. You know, if we go 2-8 and end with a win against Danville, you get that bitter taste out of your mouth.
Yeah.
And so, you know, it is a huge deal. And I know sometimes just my own experience, I'm really close to it, obviously, and how bad we want it. But I know it's bad when, like, you know, yesterday at church, you know, my full-time job as a pastor, I've got people there asking me about the game that have no, you know, no involvement other than they know me. Or today at Walmart, I was walking around buying dog food, and somebody stops and is like, "Hey, you guys got the Devils this week, right? You gonna get them?" You know, and it's like, it's a big deal. It's exciting. It's a really special rivalry. Growing up, my high school experience, we didn't have a rival like that. I was at Mount Vernon in the early 2000s, and maybe Delaware Hayes or Big Walnut were our rival, but it was nothing like what this is, where, I mean, these people, they know each other intimately. They live, dream, sleep about this game.
Yeah. Landon, how excited are you? Devil Dog game, how much importance is on this game Friday night?
I think this is the most important game of the season. I think about week 4 came around and we were kind of seeing what our record was, and we were like, I don't care. As long as we beat Danville, we could go.
Yeah.
1 and 9, and as long as that one is Danville, we don't care.
Well, got an opportunity to take on the Blue Devils this Friday night. We're going to have it on the Super Q 93.7 and live streaming on the WMVO Facebook page. Wyatt, Devil Dog game, man. What do you think?
I really just want to end off the season with a win.
Yeah.
And especially being Danville, being our biggest rival.
Yeah.
It'd be good just to kick their butt.
Yeah.
Let them remember that East Knox hits.
There we go. East Knox hits. One of the things about this season, though, I was talking with the guys, too, is the fact that Aiden Riggles, had his battle all season long and things, but every community's come together. So saw it from Centerburg last Friday night. You've seen it from Danville, and I think there's T-shirts being sold right now and things that say, hey, we're in this fight together. Despite being rivals, we're in this fight together.
Yeah, it really has been touching to see that and how how quickly communities jumped in together. I think within probably a few hours of the news kind of being out there about Aiden's situation, Coach Bloom was one of the first to text me and offer anything they could do to help and ask if they could wear helmet stickers. And it was really encouraging to see. And I think that's part of what stood out is being involved in high school football as a player, as a coach, is a brotherhood in and of itself. Even if you're not from the same community, there's a certain level of respect, or I use brotherhood because that's what it feels like. It's just like, hey, we're with you in this, even though we're against you on the field. And so we've been really blessed. Every opponent, we've been able to have a prayer middle of the field for Aiden specifically, and a lot of that's been initiated by our opponents wanting to do something, anything on top of what they're already doing. And so, that's been tough. And I think for these young men in our locker room, it's been an eye-opener that things can change very quickly. And that was certainly the case for Aiden is, middle of winter lifting. He just didn't feel well, and now here we are months later, and he's in a fight for his life. And so I think for these young men, it's important to make sure that their mind is right and that things are kept in perspective.
Landon, you think about it. You go to class and you go to football, and those should be the things you focus on. And unfortunately, the situation here, but the communities have certainly come together for you guys this year, in what has been a tough season for you guys.
Yeah, I think just everybody coming together and praying for him and being there to support him, even though we're in a dogfight with our record right now. I think it's really heartwarming how everybody puts the bad times aside and comes together for him.
Wyatt, just your thoughts on how the teams have come together. They are your opponents. They're it's when you go out on the field, you want to beat them, but they also everybody's kind of come together here in this situation, right?
I just like how it shows how we're all one big community, and that we all are here for each other.
Well, opportunity Friday night, in addition to all the things happening with the bonfire and everything like that, the 1960 team is going to be out there, which is going to be kind of